Hello there, Tony Linus with the October 13 Australian Market Report for ABN Newswire. And US investors confident about earnings. The Dow Jones Industrial Average edged higher overnight towards the 10,000 points psychological level, helped by market confidence on corporate earnings of blue chip companies. Energy stocks were also up on the back of a jump in crude oil prices. The Australian market yesterday retreated from its early gains, dragged by financial stocks. The benchmark S&P ASX 200 index fell 13.1 points, or 0.28%, to 4,739.8, while the broader All Ordinaries was 9 points, or 0.19% lower, to 4,745.5. Most major Asian stock markets also ended low on Monday, as investors locked in profits ahead of a string of key US corporate results. In terms of key economic facts and figures, Australian Treasurer Wayne Swan says it was possible the economy could continue to surprise on the upside. He also says there is uncertainty in a sustained global recovery. Although last week's unexpected fall in the unemployment rate in Australia was remarkable, the number of jobless people will continue its rise. The Australian Bureau of Statistics lending finance data for August is another sign of improving consumer confidence. The ABS says total lending finance commitments rose 10.2% in the 12 months to August, marking the largest annual increase since January last year. The value of lending finance commitments, including finance leases, also rose by 2.8% in seasonally adjusted terms in August. The National Australia Bank releases its monthly business survey for September today. Now moving to mergers and acquisition news. Gold Ore Limited, which plans to merge with Anomaly Resources, has received acceptance in respect of 95.7% of the voting shares in Anomaly. Gold Ore says it will proceed to compulsory acquisition of all remaining Anomaly ordinary shares and director shares, in respect of which acceptances are not received within the offer period. GUD Holdings says in its bidder's statement it will arrange for the Breville Group to be removed from the official list of ASX if it succeeds in the $290 million Australian dollar takeover bid for Breville. However, it has no plans to merge its Sunbeam marketing and sales teams with those of Breville's. GUD says Managing Director Ian Campbell will undertake a review of Breville's business if it became a wholly owned subsidiary. Turning to important corporate news now, and Fortescue Metals Group says internal cash flow was strong enough to fund its expansion of the Pilbara iron ore business after failing to strike a $6 million funding deal with Chinese banks. Fortescue will not continue those funding discussions with China for the time being. It's decided to spend $360 million Australian of internal funds to advance a mine at Christmas Creek, its second deposit in the Chichester Ranges. Shares in Crown Limited surged more than 6% yesterday after James Packer's Consolidated Press Holdings increased its stake in the casino group to just over 40%. James Packer's move fueled speculation he's preparing to privatise his casino empire. And finally, Transurban Group says it will increase tolls on Sydney's Hills M2 motorway after spending $550 million Australian to upgrade the road. The company says tolls on the highway, which connects the Westlink M7 to the Lane Cove Tunnel, would rise by about 8% on completion of construction. Leighton Holdings has been selected as preferred contractor for the project. Well, I'm Tony Linus, and this has been the Australian Market Report for ABN Newswire.